Y'all want to know what I'm playing on mine, don't you? Oh, you do. Hold on. I'm getting my YouTube set up. Welcome, welcome. Y'all want to know what I'm playing on. This is Magical Monday Manifestations, and I am Valorie Lewis of Tarot Unicorns and Coffee, your resident internet psychic. All right, only 2 rules for these gatherings. The first one is love and light always. Hold yourself in love and light and everyone else in love and light as well. The second one is don't start no shit, won't be no shit. We're all adults here, so let's behave as such. All right. I'm going to do just a little bit of introduction while I decide what cards I'm going to pull from. Let's see what's coming up for Tarot. What? I know exactly what deck I'm going to go to. What's coming up for Tarot Unicorns and Coffee this week? Let's see, we have Wednesday meditation, which is a free to attend. If you are watching me on YouTube, find me on Meetup, Tarot-Unicorns-Coffee on Meetup. And Wednesday morning, we do live guided meditation to help us connect and center halfway through our week. This week, we have Thursday energy healing, woo woo, back on the calendar. I'm so excited. We'll be doing that every 2 weeks on Thursdays. It's early Thursday morning. And then I think that's it. If it's not, that's enough. That'll get you through Thursday. Check the calendar to see what comes up after Thursday. So for today, Magical Monday Manifestation. Oh, and I wanted to mention my special for the month of April is a $22 5 to 8 minute recording. So it's still a personalized recording just for you. It's recorded and it's only $22. And that special is always out there. For those of you who just need a quick check-in, a recorded reading is a perfect option. All of my Caffeinated Unicorn Magic members get one free once a month. I love doing the recorded readings. It's just a quick check-in. And the messages come through just the same, recorded or not. All right, so that's what we got going on this month. Today's episode. Today's episode, I've been watching too much Netflix, y'all. Today's event is we pull from tarot cards first. We do a full tarot spread, and then we move on to oracle cards. It is a group reading, but it is a group for the energies that are present here, for the energies that are present through technology on YouTube. That's who I'm reading for. So rest assured, if you are listening to this recording, past, present, or future, how could you listen in the past? Spirit be doing some freaky stuff. Past, present, or future, this message is for you. And I fully trust that Spirit gets its message to the individuals that need it by any means necessary. So have no fear, you will get the message you need. Go ahead and focus yourself in any way that feels comfortable for you. Ground yourself. That just means bring all of your attention to the present moment. Be mindful. And now we're going to spend 5 seconds asking, and then the rest of the hour receiving. So 5 seconds asking for what you want to receive clarity on, direction on, guidance on, confirmation on. Let's put those wishes out to the universe, the divine, God. And now say to yourself, I am now ready to receive your guidance. We're going to switch into receiving because we can't ask and receive at the same time. So let's switch into receiving and get ready to receive the messages the Spirit has. I start with the tarot. And I usually pull 5 cards. And then I move on to oracle cards. We just do a mixture of cards, whatever decks Spirit leads me to. I'm pulling from, okay, first of all, the song, let me tell y'all the song that was hyping me up this morning. It was the Game of Thrones theme song. I just happen to have the Game of Thrones tarot deck. So that's what we're pulling from. I don't know, I had Game of Thrones in my mind this morning. So I was like, play that theme song, Alexa. And then when it came time to pull cards, I was like, oh yeah, I should use that deck. think it's divinely orchestrated, y'all. I'm not getting 5 cards this morning. How bizarre is that? I got 3 cards and 1 clarifier. So that clarifier always sits off to the side. I don't turn it over until I feel like Spirit tells me to turn it over. Woo, you guys. Somebody's working on their finances. Somebody's working on stability. I will say that astrologically, we're all being called to stability. Something about Taurus. Gatorade and Taurus. I don't remember. It's something about Taurus, something moving to Taurus, and we're all working on stability and what makes us feel more secure and more comfortable. Kitty probably knows, my resident astrological friend. But in any case, all pentacles. That's why I said y'all must be working on something. But here's the first thing. It's the world. Whatever you're working on is coming to a completion. The world. The world is card number 21. It's the last card of the major arcana. Major arcana are messages that are going to affect all areas of our life. So even though we think we're over here working on this little pocket of a problem that Spirit is helping us with, this guidance, when we figure out what that is, it's going to affect all areas of our life. That's what I like about major arcana cards. So this one, the world, to me, it looks like a map of all of the realms. Did they call them realms? Kingdoms in the Game of Thrones. Westeros, the Reach, Dorne, all of the kingdoms. So of course, the world. You know what's interesting though, is that's the world according to them. That's all they knew of the world, were their kingdoms. I'm sure they thought that something existed beyond their little area of dominance that they argued over back and forth. I'm sure they thought that something existed beyond there, but they were too all consumed with what was going on in their world, warring between countries, factions, kingdoms, that they didn't have time to worry about the whole world. The world. Are you too focused on your own world that you're not seeing where your world fits into the bigger world, fits into the bigger scheme of things? I think that's why we pulled this card first, because Spirit is saying shift your perspective a little bit. 2 weeks ago, Spirit told us to be selfish. Y'all remember that? Focus on yourself, get yourself straight. And now Spirit is like, damn, I didn't mean that selfish. I need you to figure out how you fit into the world. So we're getting a little bit of levity. We're getting a little bit of bringing ourselves back in balance. I'm just joking, y'all. Being selfish was entirely called for when Spirit told us to do that. This is no chastisement or no, you did something wrong. I'm just joking on that part. But this is definitely, now that you got yourself right, now that you've made yourself a priority, continue to make yourself a priority, because that is when you shine the brightest. But now Spirit is saying, now I want you to open your eyes and see where you are shining. Where do you want to direct your light at? How do you fit into the world? The bigger picture. And the world beyond what your fixed mind is telling you what is important, because there's something bigger outside of that you may or may not be aware of. But Spirit is calling your attention to the world, the universe, and everything. 42, that's the answer. Spirit is calling your attention to that, what is bigger than yourself. And the world also signifies completion. Again, like I said, it's the last of the major tarot cards. So I feel like for many of us, a chapter is closing, we're turning the page, we're taking a different route in our trip. Whatever we're doing, one chapter is closing and a new one is beginning. What I really, really love about the world in tarot is it's generally symbolized by a naked woman stepping through a victory wreath. And as she steps through, she is ending one cycle and immediately beginning the next cycle. So she's going back to zero with the full and cycling through that again. But she's cycling through with this new understanding, with this new perspective, because she's lived life and she's experienced life. So that's a reminder that even though one cycle ends, we're always on the precipice of a new cycle. We're always going to immediately begin a new cycle with more wisdom, with more insight, with a shift in perspective that's going to help us navigate that new cycle. Hopefully, if you were listening on the last cycle, more smoothly and a little more quickly. If speed is your thing, speed is always my thing. Spirit has been telling me to slow down recently. Does Valorie like that message? Absolutely not. Spirit be all up in my business. Don't be telling me to slow down. I got this. And Spirit's like, oh, really? Let us show you how we're going to make you slow down. So listen to Spirit when Spirit talks. That's all I'm saying. Oh, beautiful moon painting, Stacy. Did you paint that? That's the pink moon, y'all. The last full moon was a pink moon. Okay, so the world, something is ending and something new is coming in to replace it. Don't hold on to what is ending. Let it flow out of your life. Rejoice. I'm being drawn in my brain. Spirit is drawing my attention to that victory wreath that the maiden steps through in traditional tarot. That is a victory wreath. That is reef. That's in the ocean. Wreath. That is a victory wreath. And so it is celebrating. Celebrate this chapter that you just came through. Celebrate the ending of the new and rejoice in the beginning of the next one. The world. I feel like there's more messages coming from that card, but we'll come back to that. And then we move into the King of Coins. That's why I said, who's working on money issues? Money, financial, career, job change, housing change, whatever it is that you consider supports your stability in this world. Anything that you consider valuable is represented by the coins. And also the coins, pentacles, also known as pentacles, is our earth sign related to earth. So grounded into this reality. That's the message straight from Spirit. I was going to say, remember to be grounded, but Spirit said, grounded into this reality. So the idea of dealing with this earth energy that's coming up in two cards, we have two coins. Get out of your head. It's time to create in the real world. You've done a beautiful job of imagining and creating in your mind, but it's time to ground it into this reality by creating something in the real world. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't even have to be good your first time around. Just try your hand at it, bring it into the real world, and then try and try again until you get it to a point to where you feel confident with it. But it's time to stop sitting on the fence with whatever that is that you have been thinking about doing. King of Coins is someone who does not sit on the fence. He may have earlier in his years as a youth, as a page, maybe as a knight, but now he is the king. And he has that divine masculine energy. King and queen, I do consider equal power, equal strength. So we're dealing with the king, which means we need to lean into our divine masculine when dealing with areas of what we consider valuable, when dealing with pentacles, earth energy. What is divine masculine? I'll say it again. The divine masculine are the ones that do. They're the ones that do. The divine feminine is the one that intuits and imagines and is creative and says, this is what I'm hearing the divine say. And she's telling the divine masculine aspect of yourself. And the divine masculine is listening to the intuition and the creativity and the inspiration. The divine masculine is acting upon it. So very fitting that we have divine masculine because it's asking us to take action, to ground into reality. Again, message from the divine, ground into reality. Their words, not mine. So this divine masculine energy is asking us to take practical steps. Divine masculine is logical, analytical. It's thought through everything. It's not saying you need to think through some more. It's saying you've already thought through it. That's why you're the king. That's why you're in control of your realm. If you're not feeling like you're in control of your realm, sit with Source. Source is on your royal council and ask your royal advisor, what do I need to do to bring this situation back into control so that I can feel like I am the king over this area of my life? And then what do we have after that? The Two of Coins. Balance. Balance coming back again. Twos are about balance. Twos are about a lot of things. But in today's reading, this two is representing balance. I like this. It says a Lannister always repays his debts. That's one of my favorite scenes. Only when Tyrion, is it Tyrion? The short one. Is that? I'm not supposed to say that, but that's how I describe him. He's the one that I loved it when he said it. The other Lannisters, I was like, man, but I loved it when he said it because I could trust it when he said it. He wasn't just repeating something from his family. He meant it when he said it. And that's what this balance is about. Repaying your debts is not about, this is coming from Spirit right now. It's not about repaying your debts in a secular sense. Yes, of course, make sure that you're you're right with all of that. Make sure that you're right with it in here and whatever. But this is about, I'm hearing it, I'm not understanding it. Spirit is saying this is about debts you have with yourself. And I'm asking Spirit to elaborate because I'm not understanding that. Things you've always told yourself you would do. The ever-growing list of stuff. The things you never get to. The things that are holding over your head. The things that are making you feel guilty. Some regrets. All of that Spirit is putting for today's reading in the bucket of debt. I don't know why, but that's where they're putting those feelings, those emotions. They're putting those feelings, those emotions in a bucket of debt. They're giving me a visual now. And they're showing spirit guides as bankers. And they're showing all of these individuals coming in with these buckets full of debt, full of regrets, full of things you felt you should have done, full of the ever-growing list of things that you say you're going to do before you depart this world. All of that. And they're going into this bank and they're handing it over to their spirit guides, and their spirit guides are wiping the debt clean, wiping the slate clean. And that's the visual they're showing me. Some of y'all know exactly what that means in your life and what you need to do. It's interesting. They're not elaborating on that. So maybe I need to keep going with the reading and they'll elaborate that on that a little bit more. A Lannister always repays his debts. All of those things considered debts, turning it over to spirit. Oh, because y'all's load is too heavy. You're carrying around things that you're never going to pay off. You don't have the capacity to pay it off. You were never supposed to carry those loads. You were supposed to ask and receive and ask and receive. And you ask and you didn't, and you ask and you didn't line up, and you ask. And now you got this big bucket of things that you're just asking for and waiting and waiting and waiting. That feels like a debt, that feels like a burden, that feels like I'm never going to get there, or why not me? That's what Spirit is asking you to turn over, because that is weighing you down. And it is weighing you down so much that you can't get to the new stuff or to the stuff that Spirit's trying to bring in. So this feels like old shit that you've been carrying around for way too long. Like that pink beret you wanted in second grade and you never got it. And you said, one day I'm going to buy myself a pink beret, and you never did. That debt is somewhere in your brain. Let go of all of that stuff because it's weighing you down. And we all need to be so much lighter to move into where we've been asking for. Forget about the world ascension and all of that shit. That's going to happen. Whether you like it or not, that's going to happen. But this is about, you've been asking for XYZ, whatever that is for you. You can't get to XYZ. You can, but you're carrying this heavy load and it's slow going. And you get so worn out and you're so tired and you just feel like, I'm never going to get there. Anybody feel like that? That's because the load is too heavy. Loosen, lighten the load, and then see how things start to turn out for you, how things start to move for you. So that's all I got for you on the debt part. Oh, we have this, and I was only told to pull 3 cards. We have this clarifier that's been sitting over there. I've been wondering what it is. Let's turn it over. And it was upside down. I don't pull reversals, but this one was reversed. It's the 4 of Swords. It's the take a nap card. However, this one was reversed. That's very interesting. Who is this that's died here in this scene? I don't know who this is. Y'all, they're playing Indiana Jones. How did Alexa go from Game of Thrones to Indiana Jones? That's not even the same genre. I'm easily distracted. 4 of Swords. I'm going to the book to see, especially since this was a clarifier. Must mean Spirit wants us to really get a message from this. Oh, are they calling them swords or spears? Swords, spears, or wands? Hold on, getting familiar with this book. The 4 of Swords. Now it was reversed, so I am going to go to the book because I don't really do The reversed card shows imposed timeout. This may create feelings of isolation and even resentment that blur the potential benefits of taking a step back from home, work, or relationships. Don't overthink while you're in this position. Instead, accept this as a period of healing or transition. What does imposed timeout mean? It means you got sick, you didn't intend to get sick, and now you don't have a choice. You have to take a timeout. Maybe it means you got fired, you didn't intend to get fired, but now you got a whole bunch of timeout time. It can mean a variety of things. Imposed timeout is like something you didn't plan for, but now here you have this shift in however you were doing things. You have this time on your hand. So instead of being pissed about the situation, Spirit is asking you, Spirit is saying, I told you to take a nap the first 15 times Valorie pulled a 4 of swords, and you didn't. So guess what? I'm going to put you on a timeout, imposed timeout. Maybe you need to get sick. Maybe you need to sprain your ankle to slow down. Maybe you need to spill your coffee over everything and have to slow down to meticulously clean up all of the coffee spill that happened to me last week as I was trying to join a Zen Zone. So Spirit's going to impose timeout. If you are in an imposed timeout, like I was when I spilled my room still smells like coffee. When I spilled my coffee, because it got into the carpet, but that's okay because I like the smell of coffee. But when you get into those imposed timeout, I was pissed when I spilled. First of all, I didn't have any goddamn coffee that morning, and that's a bad situation. So I was very, very upset when I spilled my coffee. But then about 10 minutes into cleaning it up, I said, hold up. Why would Spirit instill in me this divine love of coffee, bless me with the ability to go get a cup of coffee, bring it in, and then have me spill it? What's the purpose of this? And that's when I understood Spirit was telling me to slow down because I was rushing through everything. So I could have chosen to be angry about that and miss the message. That's what I'm trying to say. If you're in an imposed timeout, slow down just long enough to see if there's a bigger message going on that Spirit's trying to get to you while you're in the timeout. Maybe Spirit asked you to slow down because had you rushed ahead, you would have put yourself in a position that was not beneficial to you. Or maybe you were going down the same track because a lot of us are working on releasing. And even though we work on releasing, we have the habit of repeating old habits. And maybe that's what you was about to do. And Spirit had to slow you down. Could be a lot of reasons why, but that's just the message we have today. You figure out how that message fits into your particular situation. And slow down. Slow down. Take a deep breath. If that's all you can do, if you're like, Valorie, I can't slow down, because I get that. I'll be like that sometimes too. Even though I know now that I'll be lying when I say I can't slow down. But that's okay. Spirit loves me even when I lie. So even if you are one of those people who says, I can't slow down, you don't know my life. You can. Take a breath. You can make it a goal to take 10 deep breaths throughout your day and count that as slowing down. If that's the most you can do, Spirit will support that. Do the best you can do based on your circumstances. All right, we're going to move on to Oracle cards. And while we move on, I'm going to, real quick, while I shuffle, get caught up on the chat. Valorie needs to speak while the thoughts are running through her brain because not everyone in this room can read minds. Some of y'all can. I'll be forgetting. I need somebody just sitting next to me off camera, poking me with the hot iron every time I go silent. Valorie, talk. The thoughts are in your brain, but you haven't said them yet. Okay. You can get stains and smells out of carpet with shaving cream. I'm gonna try that. I think I have some strawberry shaving cream somewhere. Maybe it'll smell like strawberry coffee. Ooh. Let's see. Can I avoid this imposed timeout by taking a literal nap willingly and then Spirit won't force me to slow down? I'm gonna tell you what Spirit is laughing. This is a joke, but it's kind of funny, laughing but kind of serious. Spirit's telling me in my ear, it's too late for that. I gave you the chance to take a nap earlier, and they're reminding me of like dealing with young children. You know, when they get real cranky and you're just like, you need to sleep, sweetie, you need to take a nap. No, I don't want to take a nap. And then they run around and they do something they're not supposed to be doing. And then you're like, nope, time out. That's what Spirit's doing with you. It's like, I told you to take a nap. Now you done fucked up. Take a time out. Spirit treats us like toddlers, and it is so effective when we really take time to sit down and listen. So Spirit's saying, I don't trust you to take a nap. I've seen the naps you be taking, and they're not real naps. Spirit is like, we're just gonna go with what I put in front of you for right now, because what I'm doing is slowing you down. So we're just gonna go with that. Okay, this next deck is Gabby Bernstein. Ooh, super attractor. And I got the feeling like every card in this deck could resonate with someone, which is telling me we are really working on calling some things into our life, and I fully support that, and so does Spirit. Super attractor, because the whole theme of this is how do you attract the life you want? And so when I get a hit that every card in the deck could resonate with somebody in this room is really working on attracting, manifesting abundance, possibly. Let's see what the theme, I got 3 cards from this deck. Let's see what the theme is. Each time I choose to turn into Spirit, guidance of the highest truth shows up for me. So if your message was to slow down, maybe it's slow down and tune into Spirit so that guidance can show up. We have feathers in today's reading. Has anybody been asking to see a feather? There's your feather. Feather is a message from the divine. This is feather and stars. The universe powerfully responds the instant I realign with love. Not responds when, responds after I realign with, responds the instant I realign with love. The universe powerfully responds the instant I realign with love. Anybody been sitting back talking about, I've been trying to meditate. I've been trying to reconnect with Spirit, and Spirit just doesn't talk to me. Or I've been asking for this thing for so many months now, and I just don't understand what I'm doing wrong. Are you aligned with love, or are you aligned with fear? Is the thing you're asking for, you scared if you're not going to get it? It's a lot of things holding in the balance over, if I don't get this job, I don't know how my life is going to function. That's not love. That's fear, that's doubt, that's pressure, that's responsibility, that's not love. So realign with love and see what answers come through. I could have just read the next card because it says the same thing. Look at that beautiful moon. Look at that beautiful card. And it says, instead of worrying about the future, I know all is well when I'm aligned in the moment. Alignment. 3 cards that talk about alignment. The first one says, choose to tune into Spirit. That's aligning with Spirit, aligning with love, and being aligned in the moment. Alignment. Where is your mind? Where is your energy? Are they working in unison and pointed at least in the same vague general direction of what you've been asking for? Or are you asking for something that's pointing in opposition to where your energy and your focus has been? What are you people doing? Spirit said, I can ask the same of you, Valorie. What are you doing? We're all just out here trying to make sense of this crazy world. If you're in Kansas City, you broke up to a beautiful, bright sun in the sky, and now it's thunderstorm. It's a thunderstorm where you are, Stacy and Christina. I was sitting in my car as I pulled in, and it was the weirdest thing. I was sitting in my car and I was on video with one of my friends, and the sun, I was facing the sun. It was bright and sunshiny. I thought it was going to hit about 70 today. And all of a sudden my entire car shook. Vroom, and I was like, oh my God. I thought it was the aliens for a minute. Now I looked up and I looked out and I looked one way sunshine, the other way thunderstorm. And I was like, huh. So anyway, it was the weirdest thing to be right underneath as the storm came in. And as I looked in the sky, because I sat there a little bit, because it was just such a cool divine. That's all I could say. I just saw the divine at work. It was such a cool moment. And I could see this clear line. The sky was clear over here. And then there was just this line of clouds that progressively got dark. It was just beautiful. It was beautiful. Beautifully disturbing, because it was a thunderstorm coming in. And eventually I had to get out of my car and get into my house before it started raining. Beautifully disturbing. I'm going to put that on my t-shirt. That defines me, y'all. I'm beautifully disturbing. Oh, look. I'm pulling from angel cards, healing angel cards. And it says miracle. Miracle. I know that word has special meaning to someone in this room. So I feel like this is probably your energy pulled this for the group. Our wings of light surround you and those you love. This is the angels talking to us. Our wings of light surround you and those you love. This current situation is governed by a higher power. The forces of love are at work. All will turn out well. That is the message for everyone in this room. All will turn out well. And if it doesn't, you won't know because you'll be dead. All will turn out well. Okay, what should we go to next? Yeah, I don't know what Alexa is playing, but I wish y'all could join in on the fun of this. She's playing from Ghost. What's the song that plays from Ghost when they're at the pottery wheel? I hunger for your kiss. Okay, I'm butchering it, but y'all know that song? How did she get from Game of Thrones to that song? I guess she's just playing theme songs now. Unchained Melody, that's it. Y'all always know the song. I just be singing poorly and off key. I never know the titles. I'm going to messages from the mermaids. Since we have a monsoon outside, maybe I'll see some mermaids floating by my window. That's how much it's raining. Free spirit. I concur. Free spirit. One of the catchphrases used to describe Sagittarians and Sagittarius energy. I fully support free spirits. Let's see what the book says. Express yourself and allow your spirit to feel free. Be aware of the confines and restrictions placed upon you by yourself and others. This mermaid says it's fun to feel free. This doesn't mean shirking your responsibilities, though. It's important and possible to find a balance between fulfilling your wild and free spirit while honoring your responsibilities, especially when others are involved or are relying on you. Being a free spirit might kindle romantic thoughts of a nomadic lifestyle. Yes, I've been thinking about buying an RV recently. I don't have money to buy an RV, but I think it would be a wonderful thing to do and travel the country. Nomadic lifestyle. Although this might not be practical for you, it's still worth considering ways you can express this desire. For example, by taking a backpacking holiday or similar. Do you feel free? I could not backpack. Do y'all know how much luggage I have for just an overnight stay? Not a backpack. Do you feel free? Your work or home life might bring feelings of restriction. If this is true, take a look at how you can change things. Talking with loved ones about how you're feeling can be helpful. You could find that they offer help with chores, your domestic responsibility. Good luck with that, y'all. If y'all figure that one out, tell me how y'all did it. What kind of conversations y'all be having where you get help with chores? But I mean, I guess. Spirit says anything's possible. Freeing up some time for you to do the things that make your heart and soul sing. Honor your free spirit, for this is who you really are. The material confines of modern society can make our free spirit feel stifled. I'm gonna read that again because some of y'all are feeling that. I feel it So I know some of y'all are feeling it. The material confines of this modern society can make our free spirit feel stifled. We're pushed through the education system from a young age, then we're expected to choose a career path and work a 9-to-5 job. But there's no one size fits all path. Often we're not encouraged to express our artistic side, which can make us feel even more trapped by the confines of society. Now is the time to allow your spirit the freedom it needs. When you're in a harmonious relationship with your inner spiritual needs, everything will naturally fall into place in a harmonious way for the highest good of all. Free spirit, how can you embrace freedom in your life? Make a list of the things that make you feel free. Make a list of any time you ever felt free. I took my grandkids to the park this Saturday. That's some free spirits. Just watching those little kids run, not my kids, all the kids, watching the kids run. My kids got in trouble and we had to leave the park early. But watching kids in general run around and just the free, just so free. Do some of that. And thinking about sitting on a swing, that's when I feel free. Swinging. Sitting on the swing, seeing how high you can go, feeling like you can touch the sky. We need to get a playground group together. That's going to be one of our meet and greets. We're going to go to a playground and get in touch with our inner child. All the kids are going to be mad at all the grown-ups still in the swings. So they'll be all right. All right, Dragon Path. Dragon Path Oracle. And I got 2. Father Time. I'm gonna tell y'all, time has been funny lately. I don't know about y'all, but time has been funny lately. Which dragon are you? I gotta see which section of dragons. I think it's the Earth Dragon. Yep, Earthwalk Dragon. Father Time. Father Time is probably as old as the universe itself. This commanding wise old dragon will aid you to still the constant chatter of your mind and just be. What's that sound like? It sounds like rest. Sounds like take a nap. His presence supports our grounding. There's that earth energy and brings focus to the moment. His aim is that we let go of linear time. Can they tell my bill collectors to let go of linear time? That's what I need. I'll be fine. I need my bill collectors to let, that's what I need. Linear time is a man-made concept. His energy helps us to enter the void, which is particularly useful during meditation. I really like that. Call on Father Time if you are so inclined. Call on this dragon energy of Father Time. Let me show you. He looks pretty badass. You can call on that energy the next time you go into meditation. And it says his energy helps us to enter the void. I really like that. His message today is, quote, now, this moment in time is a gift, which is why it's called the present. Look at that. We got a cliche dragon. Allow all time to stop and break your habit of clock chasing, because in reality, there is only now. Ooh. Let yourself sink a little deeper into the abyss of quiet stillness and let go. The man-made concept of linear time is illusionary. It only serves to fuel the doubts in your life. The man-made concept of linear time is illusionary. It only serves to fuel the doubts in your life. Woo! If that wasn't a nugget right there. I am here to guide you to a more tranquil way of being, to be fully present in the moment, end quote. Y'all, that one hit me. I don't know about y'all, but I might have to write that down 25 times on a piece of paper, like in grade school, to make sure it sticks in my brain. He goes on to say, quote, the stresses of your existence are often due to your preoccupation with time. Find your point of center, breathe, and let go. Whether these anxieties are from a lack of time or a feeling of not being good enough, nothing is gained by being fretful. Stop setting yourself unrealistic timescales and such high expectations. You can achieve without making it so difficult for yourself. You, as human doings, dragons refer to us as human doings rather than human beings, fail to see that much of your stress is unconscious, as it is as natural to you as breathing. Recognize this and release it. So some of us have been carrying around stress for so long, so long. I recently watched a YouTube speak. Michael Singer, the author of Untethered Soul, who also has a new book out along those same strains, was in a YouTube special, and he was talking about things like stressors and how those things are with us from birth or even past lifetimes. And if you don't believe in past lifetimes, that's fine. They're with us from birth. And so this makes so much sense that if you've had something that's been with you since birth or early childhood, you've carried around, you get so used to it that it's just part of your natural state. Sometimes it becomes part of your natural state of being when it was never meant to be. So this dragon is here to help us release those things. It says sometimes stress is unconscious and it's as natural to you as breathing. Recognize that and release it. With this quietness of mind, Father Time aids you in finding clarity in all life situations and helps you to see a bigger picture, allowing you to reach a new level of understanding. Bigger picture, shift in perspective. I keep hearing that. And then the other one is Luna, La Luna. Isn't she a beautiful dragon? Right under that full moon. 18, card number 18. Let me find her. Come on, Valerie. Is she a galactic dragon? She is. She's one of the galactic dragons, Luna. As her name suggests, Luna is connected to our moon and her phases. She is a mother figure, and due to her watery nature, she connects to emotions, creativity, and of course, water. I feel like we have divine masculine and divine feminine showing up for us in these two cards, and I'm glad I pulled two. Divine masculine has many aspects, as does divine feminine, and right now it's asking us to focus on the divine masculine dealing with time, linear time, and the divine feminine dealing with the moon cycles, and I'll talk to you about what that is. Let's keep reading. Her arrival is prompt to fully feel your emotions, particularly if you have been avoiding their messages. She urges you to examine them, own them, and release what you no longer need. There's that word again, release, release, release. She says, if you have been feeling overwhelmed, it's fine to ask for help. This is not a weakness, but an acknowledgement that you have been strong for too long on your own. A little self-care wouldn't go amiss either. You can only fully be who you want to be once you embrace and accept what you really feel. Only then can you truly transform. She urges us to follow our creativity and to revisit latent talents, whether they're musical, written, in the field of performing, and so on. She tells me, quote, these activities are good for the soul. You can lose yourself in the moment. You better lose yourself in the moment. That's what Eminem said. Become engrossed in a piece of work and embrace the bliss that accompanies such activities. That's so interesting. I highly suggest that. I've been doing some creative things that I have kept saying I'm going to do, I'm going to do, I'm going to do, and then I finally started doing them, and it feels amazing. It feels amazing, first of all, because I'm not procrastinating, but it feels amazing because creativity truly does tap you into that divine feminine energy. And if you're feeling imbalanced in either divine masculine or divine feminine, get some crayons out and color in a coloring book. It doesn't have to be extravagant. You don't have to create some piece of museum worthy art. You just need to be creative in any way. Sing, turn the music on, let it drown you out, sing at the top of your lines, dance around. You don't have to dance good. Do something creative that moves energy, and that'll help bring that divine feminine back into balance. So, Father Time and La Luna. What else do we need to know, Spirit? Let's see. I feel to take a nap. Ooh. Somebody scheduled a nap for today. Yay for naps. Naps, sleep, napping, daydreaming. is a non-resistant state, far less non-resistant than our current awake thinking state. And what happens when we're non-resistant, when we're not pushing against that what we ask for? Spirit happens. That's what happens. When we're not pushing against it, spirit is like, thank God, I couldn't wait for this bitch to go to sleep so I can start working. Thank God. That's what spirit says every time I go to sleep. Oh, I've been trying. I'm pulling from Rebel deck, the Oracle with Attitude. And I'm getting quite a few cards. First one is, get over yourself. Pull your shit together. Help people, give back, do good shit for humanity. The second one is, time to let go. Move the fuck on. Who needed that message? The last one is funny. You look like a shit show. I think Spirit's talking to me. I know, shit. I'm trying to get it together. You're a hot mess. Fact. Clean yourself up. Fair enough. I hear you, Spirit. I'm working on it. But you gave me a Q-tip instead of a mop. I'm trying to clean it up, but it's taking a while. Shit. All right. What else? Am I seeing any, at least I'm hot. Yes. Thank you. Suggestions. Any suggestions for a deck I should pull from? We got 10 minutes. I'm going to pull from this deck. This deck of playing cards cost me $1. And I can divine with the $1 deck. One moment, I've got to shuffle. Spirit is going to tell us what energy will benefit us. And this is, I'm going to show you what deck it is. It's a playing cards deck, but it's got crystals on all of the cards for $1. So we have, of course, that makes sense. We have Pearl on the 6 of Hearts, which would also be 6 of Cups, giving and receiving, but we're not doing Tarot. So forget that, but don't forget that because everything has a meaning. Pearl, we came here for the gemstones. Pearl says love, trust, and emotional healing. Pearls are also related to the moon, though, so that ties into our other card, La Luna, love. Remember when we had that one card that says align with love? So I feel like maybe get your string of pearls out. Doesn't have to be real. Call on the energy of pearls. And then the other one is, angel aura. I swear somebody told me to get an angel aura. Is it angel aura? I can't remember. An aura crystal, I think is what they called it. I think it's the same thing though. Happiness, beauty, and joy. Happiness, beauty, and joy. And that is the 8 of clubs. Clubs are cups. I think clubs are cups. When you translate, I don't know. I'm gonna confuse y'all now, so let me stop trying to translate. One of these days, I'm gonna be able to take a regular stack of playing cards and read tarot with it. But not today. So there's some stones that can help you, some energies that can help you, keywords. And what should we go to next? Nobody has suggestions for what deck we should go to. Oh, I would go to you, but I don't know what the book is for you. Which means Valerie's not putting her cards and decks back the way she should. Light keepers. Okay, I'm back. 8 minutes. I can do 2 parts in 8 minutes. I hope this message is reaching its intended place, and I hope you take this message and really meditate on it. Think about it. Ask Spirit, was that card for me? If it is, can you show me? Because some of the cards are for you, and some of the cards are for other people. And then for some of y'all, every card is for you. So yeah, sit with that. Ask Spirit, but most importantly, ask Spirit, how can you apply this knowledge and wisdom in your life that's going to benefit you? This makes sense. Because yesterday was her homeboy, and today we got Mary Magdalene. So yesterday was Jesus's day, and today we got Mary Magdalene. Teacher awakens. You have something important to share. Follow the inner call. Don't let anything stop you. That's in the small print. Remember when I pulled that first card and I said, action? It's time to, what is Spirit saying? Ground it into reality. That's what it's talking about. Some of y'all have gifts to share. And you're hoarding it. You're keeping it all to yourself. And Spirit is like, that is not what I told you. That is not what I told you to do with that gift. You're supposed to share it. Why are you not sharing it? Mary Magdalene. We don't have a full picture of who Mary Magdalene actually was, but we do know from spiritual texts that she was a great visionary and teacher with clairvoyant abilities because she was able to see angels and the soul of her twin flame, Master Jesus, after he had passed away. Mary is a rebel heart in many ways. Yes, I love hearing about Bible rebels. She helps those light workers who feel restricted by the opinions of others to step up and speak their truth. She could help me too. Light workers who feel restricted by the opinions of others. And that reminds me of that free spirit card that we pulled that talked about freeing yourself from the restrictions. You're in a double dose. Free yourself. The extended message, you have a strong desire to share what you have learned. You may feel people will dismiss you or ridicule you, but don't worry. Mary Magdalene is here to guide you through this process. Your vulnerability is actually your greatest strength because you are trusting the power of your soul. Trusting the power of your soul might make you feel vulnerable in this modern world, but it's actually your strength in the spiritual world. That part of you can never be broken. You are a wonderful teacher and leader, and the world needs you. You are being backed by heaven. So step forward and share all that you have learned. Y'all, if y'all are looking for a new job, I want you to put up there in your references, backed by heaven. Backed by heaven. Put it in your resume. Tell them they can come to me if they need me to explain it. But oftentimes we don't realize what it truly means to have divine backing, divine support. It means that everything you do, you can list me as a reference. Y'all hear me talking louder than the thunder? Is it thundering at the same time for you, Stacey? I always wonder about that. It's probably like a couple of seconds off. I don't know time is not real. That's what Father Time told us. I was going to say, I don't know about how sound travels. But I had to talk really loud there. It rattled the windows. That's how loud and thunderous it is. And made me lose my thought. It rattled the thoughts right out of my head. That happens all the time. That's nothing new. Right out my ear. 4 minutes. And the last deck we're going to go to is Mystic Shaman Oracle. This in connection with the natural world, since we got all those Pentacles Earth cards. And Spirit, what parting message do you want us to know about this week ahead? What can we take with us overall to benefit us as we move forward? And I got the Crow. Isn't that beautiful? Big full moon there in the back. The Crow, card 13. Let's see what that message is. The essence of the message: Crow is the larger of Crow is the keeper of universal law, the law of truth. Crow teaches us to walk our talk, to find congruence between who we say we are and who we really know ourselves to be. This winged one insists that we speak truth, that we create truth instead of searching for it, and that we bring truth to every situation we find ourselves in. The invitation: when you speak the truth and practice truth, eventually everything you say becomes true. Your power to co-create with the truth is the universal law. Correct what is untrue in your life without judgment. Let the truth set you free. There's that freedom strain again. A lot of us need to be freed from the constraints that we put upon ourselves. The medicine: be true to your word. Crow arrives just as we have convinced ourselves that what we are doing is right and justified. And while this may be the case in the realm of relative truth, in the higher realm of absolute truth, it is not. Look deeply into your heart and remain alert, lest you convince yourself of something that isn't deeply true for you, or perhaps is not the highest truth. Do not seduce yourself with illusions. I had about an hour talk with someone over the weekend about living your truth. And the gist of it is, if you're saying one thing, but you're not living in congruence with that, I don't have to tell y'all that because y'all are spiritual people, but it will wreak havoc in your life. And if you're like, no, I lie on a regular basis and my life is okay, how's your health? How's your health? Because it'll wreak havoc in one area of your life. Even if you are profiting from the lies that you tell, something is going to go down, because you can't just be out of balance and not have it affect yourself. So that's what I have for you, everyone. Thank you so much. I hope these messages resonated with you, reached you, touched your soul. If you're receiving, I hope you receive the answers and the guidance that you were seeking. Let us see what else. I don't know what else to tell you. I will see most of you on Wednesday morning, hopefully, for Wednesday morning meditation, and the rest of you back here next Monday. Every Monday we do this, always free to attend. Thank you all so much. Go out there and be amazing, magical manifestors this week. Manifest y'all's life. Love you all. Bye.